Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We're back with more Wytchwood. Oh my goodness, this game. Oh, pretty good, pretty fun. I don't know. Again, I really do hope you guys are enjoying the series. Before we get into it, if you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. That'd be pretty epic of you. What we did last episode, we just did the ox soul. We did everything for the ox. We got a soul, we captured it, we freed his family. Great stuff. So now we gotta go find the leech in the swamp. And then I will have all the 4 souls for the goat. For the goat. And I imagine it's something to do with this guy. The troll. A fat troll sits squarely in the middle of the bridge, busy scratching an itch on his back with a fallen tree. His unmatched girth blocks the path forward. Out of my way, you big galoot. He shifts his mass and releases a loud fart as you attempt to circumvent him. Oof, fine, keep your bridge. I'll come back when the vapors have dis... Okay, I guess not. This. God dang it. Oh, so it's down here. Okay, my bad. I thought it would be down there. But it's fine. Okay, what kind of horrible person is this? Hold on now. This sick house is full of bread with festering with disease. Don't you know there's a deadly plague going around? A plague, you say? This is the first I heard of it. Oh, it's terrible. It affects the young and old, and the healthy and infirm alike. We're so swamped with patients, I can barely catch my breath. So, what are you doing out here? Shouldn't you be inside tending to the ill? We just got so many bodies piling up. Someone has to bury them before they spread the sickness further. She drops her voice to a whisper, looking ashamed. It's getting so crowded, I had to dump some in the swamp. That seems unethical. But don't worry, the leech is inside working her miracle on the other patients. They couldn't be in better hands. The leech, you say, the doctor of this place? Best in the land. I don't dare to think about how much worse it would be without her skills. I need to speak with her. I'm checking up on someone who came through here. Sorry, I cannot in good conscience allow a person of your years to enter such an infectious place without proper I'm not going to pronounce that. But without patients, we're medical, and I'm afraid I don't have any to spare. What's a simple booster shot made from anyway? There's plenty of medical ingredients right here in the swamp. I'll go get them myself. Well, it's pretty basic prescription. If you bring me the components, I'll be able to mix it and mixture it. Then you can go inside. I need 3 milligrams of bug acre extract, 5 grams of toxic thistle powder, and laser grass. Okay, well, here, take the powder. Yeah, I know. So what do I need to make? I need clay, and I used all the clay to make these pods before I record. Oh my god. Clay, anyone choose and play? Ay. And up. Yeah, such face. I need clay, and I guess I'll take some of these. And boop. Alrighty, I guess we can... first off, we're packing, her stuff. So I just need 2 of those. I'm trying to, so I don't have to... There we go. And boom, see? Part of my plan. So it looks like I should have done more clay farming, but it's fine. Okay, we got the ingredients. To the sick house we go. And boom. I need to, yes. Here's bug ink. You place a softening jar of ether in the nurse's hands. That she expects it suspiciously but doesn't ask where it came from. Yes, here's toxic truck beds. The nurse nods at you, gathering all the ingredients into a small hand-sized motor. You hold your breath as she mashes everything into a shiny, sticky liquid. Not most pleasant stuff, but I can assure you it beats growing lumps where no lumps should be. Speak for yourself. One can never have enough lumps. The nurse shrugs at you, sticking up the bubbling mixtures into the oversized syringe. She gestures for you to hold out your arm. After stabbing you in the flesh several times, she fails to find any veins with a point of Venus. Sorry, you seem to have strange physiology. Give it here, I'll do it. You seize the injector and jab into your arm without further fuss. A cold sensation climbs to your fingertips. You doubt the medicine will have any effect, but at least you should make the nurse happy. There, I feel much better. Can I go inside now? Oh, yes, of course. You should be immune to the plague for the time being. Just be quick, the leech is very busy. Alright, before I go talk to her, that's anything cool other than dead bodies on a cart? There's a little... I guess that will open up when I finish up in here. The doctor slithers from one patient to another, checking the offload boxes on the checkboard. From under her wide brim hat, she appears to notice you enter but pays you no mind. You must be Leech. I was hoping you could help me find one of your patients. You have symptoms? Crackling of bones, oozing eyes, skin rot, perhaps a yellow liver. Let's get you examined. The leech extends her toothy snout, pruning your body, searching for some hidden... You slap her away with the swift palm. If it's sickness you're looking for, you won't find it on me. My dear, we're all sick with something, whether it's broken heart or a broken arm. You'll suffer in one way or another. You peer through her tightly wrapped garments and you see deep darkness underneath. Despite the warmth of her arms, there is a sense of hunger and urgency in her tone. I'm here to heal the man, to put all your troubles at ease. Now tell me what ails you. I told you already, I'm perfect health. I am here to find someone, a man who came through here with a sprained ankle. Half my patients who come to me have a twisted this or broken that. Before the pox sets in, that is. Can you be more specific? What does he look like? Oh, I'm not sure. Well, then how do you expect me to help you? Go back to it, you know who you're looking for. Look about the psychic copying wheezing souls. Perhaps some of them were able to. Hey, sick people. It's the beardy guy you're looking for. Husband, yeah. Hey. Just at the center. Oh, can I rob this? Yeah. Yeah, boy. Oh, did I get all these? Leave me alone. Well, do you have any better dude looking for her? I'm gonna need a bit more than that. Narrowing it down, give me something else. Yes, I remember that poor man now. He came in with a swollen ankle, but on his journey through the swamp, he must have contracted the plague. His condition declined rapidly. I'm sorry to say, in the end, there wasn't much I could do for him except make him comfortable. He's dead? What sort of sick house is this anyway? My condolences, really. Now, if you excuse me, I got to go back doing what I could do for the living. At least tell me where his wife might collect his body. The nurse outside seems to be keeping track of them all. I'm sorry. The information is reserved for the next of kin. Judging by your physique, I wouldn't say you were related to the disease in the slightest. The door turns. Alright. You know, I wanted her to like have this like weird like smoker voice, but I just couldn't keep going for some reason. My bad. Come on. If I remember where the fuck this old hag's at. She's way over there. Okay. I know where she's at though. Cross the bridge, up the booty, and toot. Do you have any news of my husband? He should have been back from the sick house by now. You bow your head in condolence. I'm sorry to say that your husband has passed away. The leech said he fell ill with the plague. Rather than grief, an expression of mild annoyance crosses the woman's face. Oh, what a nuisance. You don't seem upset about the news. Well, he was getting on in years. It was bound to happen sooner or later. I just didn't think it would be from someone measly plague of all things. So where's this fool now? I'm not sure. The leech wouldn't tell me, but her assistant mentioned having disposed of the dead out in the swamp.
Brimstone and Battle Snatch. I know I'm already in your debt, sister, but could I ask you for another favor?
I suppose I already stuck my foot into this mess. What is it?
There's an old circle of power just up here. It served me well in my younger years, and I expect it still got some juice left. All you do to dust it off and fire it up. I'll do it myself. But by the time I get there, my poor husband body would already be reduced to warm farts.
What am I to do with this circle?
You're knowledgeable, lads. The engravings of the obstacles will explain the rest.
Wow. First off, taking this. Alright, second of all. Dude, why do I keep pushing L2? Okay. Up we go, to the Witcherland we go. Egg, shroom, bush, room, shroom, groom, come, groom. Alright. And... oh wait. Brush off the thick moss and leaching from the ancient magical pattern and carve into the earth. Essence power wakes at the touch, bringing a slight warmth to your fingertips. 4 black stone obelisks around the ritual spot. You need to scrape off more. So I just need to do this. Wait, do I? Or is it? Oh, so it just already told me. Okay, craft, charm, one charm B, glitter bomb. It's potion of light. Here's the charm. L1. I need pepperjack bones. Let's do that. Make a couple of that. Where's the hummus? Right? Wouldn't that just be up here? Oh, it's right here. This is the thing. Alright, so now I need to mix that. And now land and die. Die, you bastard. So I could get Bud Acre. Okay, cool. I got the charm. Forgot to make this. That's what I need the water for. Now make that. What else am I missing? Just that. Okay. You're the troll. Not the thing. You got it. My bad. I guess I could. What's the other thing I needed for it? I don't know if it was like my shears or my buttocks or something. I don't know. So pay attention. Hey, so I don't have to worry about you assholes. And shears. Okay. Eat it. Nom nom nom. There you go. Go take your nappy wappy wappy. Go take your nappy wappy. Alright, now we can go to the butthole McGee.
There we go. You can have that. Oh, I know. Okay, so now I need death. Oh, get the okay. All right, cool. Now to go talk to her again. I'll go talk to this punky punk. Da, 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 da. And boop. The Shari Doctor prowls. Not aesthetically see. Who knows what sort of disgusting malice you might be carrying? Yes, I'm pox-ridden rich. I know, but I need a death certificate from you. Specifically, a short-bearded man we spoke about. His wife is in no condition to roll her chair through the swamp. So she asked me to collect it for her. I don't simply give out death certificates to anyone claiming to be someone's aunt, grandmother, or friend. This is a legitimate operation. She turns her... Now, has that scum serum got to? Don't tell me we're already out. What's the matter? Out of stock? It's a shame you don't have time to go get it. Time to go out yourself. She tenses at your continued presence. What are you getting at? Medicine for that death certificate. I think it's a fair trade, don't you? You would barter when people's lives are on the line? Fine. You will have your paperwork, you filthy Clearly too angry to speak with you, she shoves the list of recurring. Yeah. Oh. Bro. Give me something. Yeah, here you go. See, that's why you always come prepared. Stuff clearly too angry. Scribes carefully. I've read your errands now. I must insist on that death certificate. There's no need to get prickly. I have your papers right here. The Leech extends her moist arm and thrusts a poorly written note onto your hands. You shake a mucus from the paper and try to decipher the loopy, illegible scribbles. I'm not sure the Leech spelled the poor man's name right, but you suppose it's better than nothing. Next time I need a doctor's note, I better off forging the signature myself. So, because obviously we need that soul. It's obviously the one making them more sick. But we had to help her out. Give my medicine away. My motherfucking medicine away. So she can give us a shitty death certificate. Makes sense to me. And there you go. The final offer accepted. The obligates surround a circle to hum. You can hear a strange melody playing. The cravings on the ground burn with your renewed energy, driving with a wave of growth. You're quick to step away as you feel vigorous force pull up the circle center. I suppose that did the trick. Let's see what the writing has to say for itself now. You rotate your head to read the glowing letters on the edge of the circle. I place the vessel of the deceased, yada yada, recite the vocation of the Negro Martyrs, blah blah, apply the cantaloupe ointment. Right, seems straightforward enough. All I need is to fetch the body of that poor fool husband. He should be here in the swamp somewhere. Alright. This must be where that nurse has been dumping the surplus of corpses. I need to take a closer at each one to find the right fellow. Second, where's this body is grown? Boom, 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 boom. Is it you or is it you? Where on earth is that stinking body? You think I'd be able to find him among the dead here? You watch a particular bloated fly laying on a rotting hand poking out of the mug. It's disgusting proboscis probes of the withering flesh. Two glowing red eyes unglues himself and swab to the boggle at the insect. Huge slime-covered tongue lashes out and pulls the helpless fly, its gaping toothless maw along with the most sunken corpse. Well, I suppose that explains where my misplaced men went. Frog King. Broke. Can it be? Has a lovely young morsel wandered its way into my palace? You call this filthy bog a palace? He throws his head back, shaking the swamp with bubbling laughter. Smaller frogs and knew it scurry out of the way to avoid being crushed by its enormous bulk. Har har har! Wouldn't you? This place is vegetable bountiful of insects, and my subjects have such healthy appetites, so they will grow big and strong. I'll eat you too, but the head of yours looks much too hard. I prefer my food to be nice and tender. Look, you wouldn't perchance have an old man pass through here, have you? About yay high, full beard, deadish. The frog taps his finger against the log, grinning a possibly large grin. Oh, yes, I do believe I've seen the chap. He had such delectable aroma. It fell off the bone, fall off the bone and ribs. I'm sorry to say that once something goes down the hatch, it's never sees the light of day. We'll see about that. I'm sure I can come up with some desserts just for you. Furrows his eyes and newts. Wait, did I say newt up here before? No, it was behind the thingy. Hey, fuck off. Wait. Oh, I need that. Oh, yeah, it's like fuck off, you dragonfly. I need to do this for mankind, and mankind alone. We shall not let these terrorists win the front. Yeah. Grab around and offer it to the Frog King. Your Majesty, I really must find the whereabouts of this gentleman. Perhaps a small tribute would persuade you to loosen your tongue. Without a thought. A delectable gift. Thank you, my pretty.
Now, I already told you where flares from a sneeze sting. The frog store suddenly expands, filling with gas. Bletch erupts. A bletch that erupts a blork from its lips resonates so loudly that the entire swamp ceases buzzing. You avert your eyes, but the noise and spell of the frog explosive eruption almost knock you off your feet. Great Galandi's ghost, what a stench! The frog wobbles on its leg, looking through empty and teeters before rolling off the huge body back into the swamp with splash. You spot the slippery body of the husband floating in the bog water. Luckily, he seems to be missing some pieces, but so he should fold up quite nicely. And fuck you, Breaking. The circle of the power is ready for the corpse. During the effort, you unfold the husband's decaying body from your satchel and slap it down the middle of the circle. And strange mist raises itself, casting everything in sickening green light. Slowly but surely, the corpse begins to levitate off the ground and rotates to face each obelisk one by one. Oh, get on with it. I haven't got all day. You give the rotting head a good kick as it passes by you. With a gasp of still air, the body drops to the ground suddenly. Bolts right up. Go! Why, hello there. You caused me a lot of trouble, you know that? There ran a corpse claws at his throat. Oh, sorry. Wait a moment. Tongue flopping on the ground like a warning, scoop it up and... Though he moves his jaw, his long jerking voice seems to emit from some place beyond. What? I'm not. You quite dead when I found you. No, Leech murdered me. He clutches his hollow chest as he was trying to feel his heart beating. Give me plague, drain my blood. Leech murdered others. He swings a limp arm towards the body-filled bog. I knew there was some awful stink about the sick house, but their doctor infects her own patients. Check her office, find proof. Don't you worry, I'll make sure that parasite gets what's coming to her, but you should go head back home. Your wife is worried half to death about you. Turns along over his shoulder and you can hear his... Yes, Lord. So he shambles onto the choking mess. He gives you a crooked nod of thanks. Alrighty. Kicking Butte. I'll tell you guys, since I have to do a lot of the reading, man, I'm not used to reading out loud, especially. Gosh, it hurts my jaw and trying to do voices. It's just been killing me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Shingo Barrett. While Leech is busy with her patients, you ruffle through the contents of the various cabinets in her office, mostly dried herbs and potion. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. That is until you notice a suspicious looking bookcase set against the wall. The books are all fake, just chopped down spines glued to a solid plank. Your fingers race across the medical tides and quickly find a loose volume. With a click of a switch, the whole bookcase swings open to reveal a secret compartment. Your heart jumps in sight. Racks upon racks of bottled blood arranged all like fine wines. Each vessel meticulous catalogs the name, description of age of each source. It looks like that thirsty slug has been sapping the living for years. On a nearby table, you spy a decanter half filled with ruby red liquid. You wonder whose blood contains. Just a salt would remind that slimy worm that there's worse things out there than blood suckers. So do I need salt? Do I have salt? Spirit salts. Down here. And I just need this, which I already have. And now I can salt the wine. Sprinkles a generous amount of embalming salts collected from the graves of the Leech victims into the decanter. As the salt dissolves into the bloody cocktail, you hear the tail end squitching of the good doctor's approach. What are you doing? What? Hello. What are you doing? What are you doing? No. I've been smoking. What are you doing? Can't you see I'm in... This is my private office. I already helped you enough, so there's no reason you ought to be here. She hastily shuffles you out of the room. Now get out. This place is only for the sick. You're certainly right about that. You walk out just outside before doubling back to hide behind a withered get-well bouquet. You peer at the Vex Leech as she slithers around at her office, checking every cabinet and lock it for tampering. She mutters something explicit about nosy old woman. Satisfied, she sighs with relief, reaches to pour herself a glass of the tainted decanter. The addition of black fever adds a certain nutty quality. Maybe will pair well with the fusion of peat moss posse in the next batch. She takes a sip, waiting for the moment before throwing her head back and guzzling it all down. Lovely sharp flavor. Full body too. Suddenly the leaf snaps into attention. Her limbs start out weathering with uncontrollable gestures. She stabilizes herself against the table and sweat pools on her brow. The dechanter shudders against the floor in an explosion of glass. What's happening? The leech spasm tendrils of ghostly spirits begin to suck the moisture from her body. You watch as she dwindles in size, shrieking like some horrible raisin. Yeah. I'll take that. You inspect that modified worm, pressing it between your fingers lightly. Drained by the very spirits you were supposed to be healing. In your fingertips, you make out the... So the bear, leech, snake, and ox joys in your satchel with fearful energies. That's that then. I better get these back home to the goat before he ransacks the rest of the place. Yeah, so I know what step before this episode ends. Even though, like, I need a break of reading, but it's fine. Cause now we can just go boop, 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 boop. Actually, I just need a break from talking, because reading out loud is basically just talking. Ugh. Look at that. My home sweet home. Into the darkness we go. Into the darkness we go. I'm assuming he's in here. I assume. Yeah. Rears its head at the sight of you. Hooves pound the ground excitedly. Most excellent. I can sense the presence of spirits about you. You must have captured the souls I've asked for. No small task, I can tell you that. Just what do you want? What do you plan on doing with them? Oh, this and that. Nothing you must concern yourself with. What's important is that you are the one step closer to fulfilling your contract with me. Just go ahead and place them in the shrine there, and I'll take care of the rest. The ghost shakes his head towards the carved relief in the back room, grinning. As you bring the stuff back closer to the carved stone relief, the wall spontaneously bursts into flames in your hands, burning away till only a harsh redstone remains. The stone zips out of your grasp and straight into the socket of the wall, buzzing like some angry insect. You are buffeted by flashes of bare wrath, drunken roaring, and cowering bodies, splintered wood, the smell of honey. As with the first mummified husk of the leech returns to ash as you bring it close to the wall, leaving only a glowing orb in its place. Images of the leech slither into your mind. The prick of a needle, the drip, drip, drip of draining fluid, soothing the words restless sleep. Prismatic colors flash through your head at the thought of the snake's secrets, lapped up by a forked tongue, whispers beneath the sound of festivities. The ox brings with him the overbearing heat of the midday sun, salty tang sweat of the soil, suffering, sacrifice, solitude. You step away from the shrine and smaller stones, and your burden suddenly feel much lighter. Beside you, the sleeping maiden stirs in her slumber, but does not wake. Now then, you had a very long day. Why don't you get some rest? Tomorrow we shall pick up bright and early. Yes, I'm quite tired. Alrighty, guys. What an episode. We got the leech soul. We did all that. It's great. That's where this episode's going to appreciate you all. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you later.